Have you ever felt like you're working hard, but somehow hitting an invisible ceiling, as if something unseen keeps holding you back? That's the power of limiting beliefs. Quiet, persistent thoughts that whisper, "You can't do this," or "You're not good enough." These mental barriers don't just slow your progress, they shape your reality, keeping you from the very success you're capable of. But here's the good news. Those beliefs are not permanent. With the right mindset shift, you can rewire your brain, break free from the thoughts that confine you, and create lasting personal improvement. This video is your first step toward that transformation. Together, we'll uncover how self-improvement starts with a deep understanding of the stories you tell yourself. Maybe you've caught yourself thinking, "I'm too old to change careers," or "I'll never be financially stable." These aren't facts. They're habits of thought, and habits can be changed. By cultivating emotional intelligence, you'll learn to recognize these patterns, challenge them, and replace them with beliefs that fuel motivation, action, and confidence. Imagine the mental freedom that comes with letting go of self-doubt and stepping into a life where you feel energized, focused, and truly productive. Whether you want to excel in your career, start a new business, or simply feel more fulfilled on a day-to-day basis, breaking through these barriers is the gateway to the next level of personal growth. Lesson 1. The elephant and the invisible rope. Picture a full-grown elephant, massive, powerful, capable of uprooting trees with a single pull. Yet this mighty creature stands quietly, tied to a flimsy rope staked into the ground. Why doesn't it break free? The answer lies in its past. When the elephant was a baby, that same rope was strong enough to hold it. After countless failed attempts to escape, the young elephant learned a single, lasting lesson: I can't get away. Now, even as an adult with incredible strength, the belief that escape is impossible has become stronger than any chain. This timeless metaphor perfectly captures how limiting beliefs work in our own lives. From childhood experiences, societal expectations, or moments of failure, we pick up subtle messages about who we are and what we can or can't achieve. Over time, those messages become mental ropes. Maybe it's the voice that says, "I'm not smart enough to lead," or "I'll always struggle with money," or "I could never start my own business." These thoughts may feel like the truth, but they're really just old conditioning, invisible ties that keep us from exploring our full potential. Think about areas of your life where you feel stuck: your career, your relationships, your health goals, or that creative dream you keep putting off. Are you like the elephant, standing still because you once believed change was impossible? The real rope isn't around your ankle, it's in your mind. Recognizing this is the first step to mental freedom and lasting personal improvement. Challenge the story. Ask yourself, who taught me this belief? Is it actually true today? When you question those assumptions, you begin to rewire your brain for possibility instead of limitation. This is how you create the mindset shift that fuels motivation and makes you truly productive in pursuing what matters most. Lesson 2. Spotting the beliefs that hold you back. Before you can crush your limiting beliefs, you have to catch them in the act. Think of it like trying to escape a room while blindfolded. You'd keep running into furniture and probably stub a few toes. That's precisely what happens when you let hidden thoughts steer your life without ever looking for them. Identifying these mental roadblocks is the first real step towards self-improvement, personal improvement, and lasting empowerment. Start by eavesdropping on that inner voice that comments on everything you do. Maybe it's saying, "I'm not smart enough to lead," or "I'll never stick to a budget." Spoiler alert, that voice can be a drama queen. Most of these statements are just old scripts, stories you inherited from childhood, society, or the well-meaning relative who once told you to play it safe. Now channel your inner detective. Ask yourself when these thoughts first showed up and who handed you the script. Was it that third-grade teacher who said you talked too much? Or a boss who underestimated you? Jot it down. Seeing these patterns on paper is like turning on the lights in that blindfolded room. You finally know what you're up against. Here's where it gets fun. Question those beliefs like a mischievous lawyer. Is this absolutely true today? What proof do I have that the opposite might be real? This simple interrogation starts to rewire your brain, creating the mindset shift that fuels motivation, sharpens emotional intelligence, and sets you on a far more productive path. Your past is not your prison. Each time you expose a limiting belief, you reclaim power and move closer to goal achievement, mental freedom, and authentic success. Before we dive into the next lesson, please listen. I'm not saying subscribing is the same as everlasting love, but it's pretty close. I'm down on one knee here. Will you do me the honor of hitting that subscribe button? Don't worry. No in-laws included, just great productivity and self-development videos, and maybe a few of my grandpa's jokes. Also, if you find value in this video, even if just a little, please hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. Let's grow beyond limits together. Thank you, my friend. Now let's continue. Lesson 3. Rewiring your brain for goal achievement. Our brains are remarkable, but they are wired to favor comfort and routine. This natural preference for the familiar once helped our ancestors stay safe, yet it also explains why limiting beliefs can feel so unshakable. When a thought is repeated often enough, like I'm terrible at public speaking, I'll never be fit, or I'm not cut out for leadership, the brain strengthens the neural pathways around that idea until the thought stops feeling like a guess and starts feeling like an unquestionable truth. Over time, these ingrained patterns create a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe you cannot speak in public, you will likely avoid opportunities to practice, and by doing so, you ensure that your skill never improves, which only reinforces the belief. But wait, there's more good news. Your brain isn't some stubborn old-school computer running Windows 95. Modern neuroscience proves you can upgrade this mental software through what scientists call neuroplasticity, which is just a fancy way of saying your brain is surprisingly teachable when you show up as the boss. The mindset shift starts with becoming a thought detective. When limiting beliefs crash your mental party, pause and ask, is this fact or just my brain being dramatic again? Then deliberately swap that mental garbage for something that actually serves you, like I'm becoming a confident speaker, or I'm mastering new skills daily. Deploy your secret weapons. Mindfulness catches negative thoughts red-handed. Journaling lets you rewrite the narrative, and daily affirmations, combined with visualization, create new neural pathways that lead straight to success. Lesson 4. Challenging the story and building resilience. Breaking free from limiting beliefs is a deliberate process that begins with awareness. You can't change what you don't recognize, so start by noticing the thoughts that quietly shape your choices. When a belief like, I'm not capable of leading a team appears, pause and ask when it began and whether it's truly real. Simply observing these thoughts turns the invisible into something you can reshape. The next step is to challenge the belief. Approach it with curiosity and evidence. Think of times you successfully guided a project, mediated a conflict, or inspired others. These moments prove the old story is not a fact. Each example weakens the grip of the belief and restores your power to choose a different perspective. In addition, you need to rewrite the narrative. Replace, I can't lead with I have the skills to lead effectively, and I can learn and grow. Each repetition strengthens a new mental pathway, training your brain to expect possibility instead of limitation. Consistent practice transforms limiting beliefs into empowering affirmations that drive motivation and steady progress toward goal achievement. Lesson 5. Choosing bold belief in yourself. Believing in yourself is one of the most powerful decisions you will ever make. It means trusting your abilities and potential, even when fear whispers that you might fail. This isn't blind optimism. It's a conscious choice to have faith in your capacity for growth and achievement, even without immediate proof that success is guaranteed. Understanding the difference between boldness and perfectionism is crucial. Boldness is the courage to act despite fear, while perfectionism demands flawless results and often keeps you frozen in place. Boldness invites progress. Perfectionism blocks it. When you choose boldness, you give yourself permission to move forward, one imperfect step at a time. Each small action you take in the face of doubt builds confidence and momentum. Whether it's speaking up in a meeting, applying for a new role, or starting a long dreamed of project, every brave move rewires your brain to expect possibility instead of failure. Fear might still be present, but belief turns that fear into fuel. Remember that every successful person you admire has faced fear, uncertainty, and self-doubt. Their secret wasn't the absence of fear. It was the decision to keep going anyway. By fostering a steady belief in yourself, you cultivate the resilience to navigate challenges and the motivation to pursue your goals with clarity and determination. Every belief you transform is proof that you can rewire your brain and create lasting change. You are no longer defined by old stories of fear or doubt. Instead, you're embracing a bold mindset shift that opens the door to mental freedom, unshakable motivation, and the ability to stay focused and productive, regardless of the challenges that arise. Now is the moment to act. Trust in your potential, challenge the inner critic, and step forward with clarity and determination. The life you want is waiting, and the only barrier is the belief that you can't reach it. You can, and you will. Now listen, if you find this information helpful, why keep it to yourself? Subscribe for more game-changing insights and share this with that friend who keeps saying they'll start tomorrow. You could be the angel they've been waiting for. Let's build a community of relentless learners and doers. Now go out there and make it happen. We believe in you. Thank you